I want to see Hanover versus Prussia.
Truces are up. And Hanover is, ready to go. Ready to go on all fronts. They have 5% professionalism, right enough for one slacking. Perfect.
I noticed pretty recently they started actually drilling all of their armies all at once. I think they sense it. They sense it on the wind.
They know it's coming. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna go for this. Magdeburg is only allied with Bavaria, and there we go. It's happening.
All right, so we've got Bavaria, Magdeburg, Prussia, Hanover alone right now. So we'll see where the sides stack up after a few minutes of cajoling.
It is east versus west here.
The Hanoverians do have a 3-star general with 6 shock and 4 fire. That is a hell of a man, and that is the best one on the front right now.
Let's go take a look here. 4-6, full combat with cannons, ready to go. Of course, there is 28% chance on this Woods Fort here, so okay. They could just.
It's level 2 forts ever.
It's level 2 and it's right next to their capital. If they wanted to, they could catch the Hanoverians. The Hanoverians were drilling, so they're still recovering their morale. So if they wanted to, they could push through straight into Hanover right now by assaulting. Of course, that is a little risky against Hanover, considering how well they performed in the previous war.
And I just
big boy generals everywhere.
Hanover's capital doesn't have a fort in it, so it's a level 1. So if this falls, they can go straight to the capital and basically just blow the walls down.
Yep. It seems that he's preparing his stacks. Of course, Hanover must have been a little bit caught off guard here. He knew it was probably coming, but he didn't know when. So he's trying to reorganize his stacks so that he can fight with perfect combat with here, which at this point is 29. And we're at a very important time in the game here where Tech 15 is coming up. Now, Tech 15 is the single most swinging tech, apart from Tech 4 perhaps, and the Brunswick Fort has fallen, and they're instantly pushing on to Paderborn, which is a river crossing. Let's go take a look what they can do here.
Tech 15 is infantry, military tech advantage, or military tactics advantage, and a big morale buff.
Holy cow, that is a lot more discipline for the Prussians because of course they have their militarization and also way more morale here. Is that from the tech? It is not from the tech. It is purely from their bonuses here.
The one thing we do know Hanover has is excellent micromanagement skills in battle.
Yes, but I think given all these reserves, I really want to believe in the Horsey boys here, but I don't think they can pull it out this time. We can see some last-minute Defender of the Faith, or we can hear some last-minute Defender of the Faith switching.
Yeah.
32k moving in. They cannot wait for full morale. They have to go now. If we take a look at the reserves, again, look at this perfect reinforcement micro. Very well done on the Hanoverian side, but no amount of micro can save them from this. And oh, a day late there, a day late. But he was trying to get the morale tick from October, and so little greedy there, but I don't think it would have mattered. Nope.
Ouch.
At least they get some art for more prestige.
About 71,000 troops dead on one side. So in terms of casualties, it was pretty similar. And I don't know, they just loaned up so much. I kept hearing the little like ching ching sing sound of loans coming in on Hanover there. They've loaned up to 42,000 ducats.
And you know what that means? It means they haven't given up yet, and I can tell you why they haven't given up yet, because Croatia is coming to the rescue of the Hanoverians here. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a war on our hands here. Yes. Now these troop numbers are in favor of Hanover, and we might see a comeback here. Of course, the Prussians have already pushed pretty deep into Hanover, so he had to take these loans now in case of his income dropping. This Hanover is going all the way for this war, definitely.
Their capital is about to fall. It is nice to see Horsey Boys 2 going full flurry here.
I am very proud of them.
Yeah, 42,000 loans in like 2 seconds. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, max loans ready to go here. Another fort is falling quick because they haven't been upgraded. Let's see here.
Oh,
He's
there.
trying to prevent us with everything that he's got.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh,
they actually got
stack, big
wiped.
stack wipe.
Oh, and the 22k are also moving in. And those are also going to get wiped here.
We're seeing a lot of desperation moves. Those level 2 forts are coming back to bite them in the ass. F's in chat for those 50,000 horsey boys from Hanover.
F's in chat, but not all is lost. He desperately wanted to hold on to Munster because, of course, it cuts his country in half. He can't reinforce anything in the north now, so all of his northern holdings are behind enemy fort lines. They are really going to need to recuperate and try to form some sort of defensive line in the south, but the Prussian blitz is on, ladies and gentlemen. They are sieging down these forts as if a hot knife is going through butter indeed. Revenge on the Oathbreaker is oh so sweet.
Yeah, the Prussians have military points saved up, so they're probably just blowing down the walls, and with the level 2 fort and a big stack of cannons, breached walls, they only last for a few months a pop.
Definitely, definitely. If the Hanoverians can somehow hold the southern bit of their land, they've already taken 39,000 ducats of debt here. So they can hold, they can rebuild. It is possible. Taking a look at military technology, they're going to have theirs in 10 years from now. Of course, it's going to be faster because Ahead of Time is going to disappear. We've got another battle in Oberhessen. Let's go take a look here. Morale difference has been somewhat compensated. It's only 0.3 difference now. And let's see here. We have a leader advantage on the Prussian side. But of course, this Prussian discipline is just too much for the Hanoverians. 13% discipline bonus. Yep.
Neither side has taken tech, well, neither side has taken tech 15, but it does look like they're trying to save up for it. We're at a 70% ahead of time penalty, but it might be, you know, in a pinch, I'd take a 70% ahead of time penalty to get that much of a military advantage in a war this dire.
Yes, certainly. And Magdeburg seems to be the one closest to it. Bavaria will be kicked out of this war soon, I think. Once that happens, the Croatians can sync up with the Hanoverian reinforcements. I just heard them picking up a new idea slot. And yep. Let's try and take a look. What is Hanover planning here? Can we get some sort of defensive line forming? The problem is the forts are not upgraded. And oh no! Now he has to defend the Netherlands against Bahmanis, which the Netherlands is getting attacked from all sides, of course, considering their dire situation. That is actually another player war. It is the Eastern Alliance, Easto, I believe they dubbed themselves, against the Netherlands, kicking them out of, planning to kick them out of Asia, and I'm sure they'll succeed with that, given the Netherlands is experiencing the rampjaar over there.
So we have another, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to Discord there, but we do have another Father Loris comic here, some Chapel comics to share. Let's see, do we have a name on this one?
The Dutch have eyes for the spice, whilst France have eyes for the Dutch. Perfect.
The nutmeg must flow.
The nutmeg and the beautiful cloves. Alright, we see another fort falling, and Hanover is getting pushed back further and further. Pretty soon there will be no land to retreat into. Again though, all they have to do is make one sort of defensive line, and then I think they can still recover.
There's not a lot of time left for Croatia to turn this.
No, and seeing as how the Hanoverian stack got stack wiped, their main battle stack, it's gonna be trouble for them to get their cannons back in order. They are completely overforced with hiring every single merc company available. And let's see, we have a battle over here in Pfalz. The last stand of the Hanoverians. This fortress would never fall whilst your men defended it. They've died defending it. They're still defending it. Right out with me, my brothers. the Rohirrim's last charge here. Let's go.
Ride! Ride now! Ride for ruin!
The world's ending.
Ah! Oh god, it's so much death.
So much death. And are the reinforcements going to come in on time? Yes, they are. And again, look at this reinforcement speed. The sheer amount of confidence from Hanover to wait until the absolute last second is absolutely astounding. Look at them. Look at them.
Can we get some deaths in chat for the Rohirrim?
Nerves of steel. This man's country is completely occupied and he's reinforcing, stepping in with perfect precision.
Oh, this is a beautiful battle.
The Prussians still have 100-something reinforcements.
Great Britain is doing things.
It is a -2 roll for them. The 69k, is it going to be enough? Do we see any Croatians coming in? No, we don't. No, we don't. It seems like the Prussians are just too many. What can men do against such reckless hate? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got another mer company eagerly being scrambled. It's gonna jump in with zero. Just throw them in there. Oh my god.
They're just trying to keep the battle going long enough to get the next reserve in.
The front line has collapsed. We see only a few Hanoverians, and it's over. It's all over with the crying. What a valiant effort by Hanover, though. What a valiant effort. But the quality and the troop amount of the Prussian forces here is just too much.
All that. Oh, and there it is.
Unconditional surrender. There we go.
Unconditional surrender.
Live to fight another day.
Last stand of Horsey Boys 2. 3?
Oh, man. We gotta pause to do the unconditional surrender.
That was amazing.
That was
a hell of a last stand.
I want to give you a virtual high five, Benjamin. That was awesome.
Oh my god. And just to go back to what was happening before, real quick, while we're paused, the Dutch have been absolutely destroyed. Stupid Sexy Flanders is back. Brabant is back. Utrecht is back. East Frisia is back. They got just carved to pieces.
Oh, and now the English are jumping in to gobble up the pieces. I can tell you already, this he wanted to take Calais. He couldn't take the land for himself and then sell it to Great Britain, so he just offered to release it so Britain can gobble it all up. This was orchestrated, and they probably offered to release Flanders and Antwerp, which of course is all these big trade centers in Brugge and Antwerp, to get all that juicy trade money. So now Great Britain's going to be the one to dictate how much, and they already have more trade power right now. So yeah, it looks like Great Britain economic situation is fixed. Sorry.
As long as we're sticking with Lord of the Rings, it's like the fall of Gondolin. Oh god, it's a travesty.
Or is it what is it, Numenor that went back into the sea, sank back into the sea at some point?
We're just gonna turn the whole thing into Lord of the Rings references. I hope you read the Silmarillion.
No, I have not. I've played many Lord of the Rings mods though, so
that's fine. Close enough. Close enough.
Numenor was sank. Yes. Okay, let's take a look at the peace deal.
A lot of border territory just flipped to Bavaria.
Yes, they lost the Lubeck and Mecklenburg state, and also some land down in the south, which is not unrecoverable, but Lubeck alone was a lot of trade power there, so I'm assuming the Hanoverian economy took a hit of about 25 ducats. I checked before the start of the war, they had 145, so they're certainly not down and out for the count, but this is a big hit for them. A big hit.
On the bottom of the side, they still got 36,000 ducats in the bank to repay most of those loans.
Yes, I think... Oh, in this situation, would you do that, or would you now bankruptcy build? Let's take a look if they have any more potential to grow. They do. They've got a lot of manufactories, and now that they have a 15-year truce with their neighbors, I think they're going to do what's called a bankruptcy build. So he's going to spend all this money, make sure that all of these manufactories are fully built up, and then wait for 5 years after the last building is constructed, then declare bankruptcy. You wait for 5 years, and now you've got a fully industrialized country. So I think they're probably going to be waiting for that. Oh, okay. Just as I said that, they paid off their debt. Okay, no, never mind.
I was as you were describing it, I was like, yes, that makes perfect sense. And then they just paid off the loans.
Right, yeah, it's very risky to do. Also, they don't have any allies to protect them, and France might have come knocking. So it would have been a very risky move unless they talked to France. I'm sure they were considering it for a while because they didn't instantly repay the loans, but that could have been a move.
Even after that, they are still 25 loans deep to the tune of 13,000 ducats in debt now. Anywho, that was a lot. I'm glad me and you got us at least some decent player wars, because that was missing from the yesterday session when we were casting together.
Yes, definitely. This has been absolutely a treat. Now, okay, next up, Croatia versus Italy. Let's go. Come on, we can see it. I can see it happening already. They're probably waiting for Tech 15, and then they'll go. I hope.
There was this popped a while ago, and we didn't read it off because there were player wars going on. But there is a current standing truce between Italy and Croatia, basically saying all is cool until 1587. So they are basically, kosher for at least 10 more years.
Okay. This is good to know.
Let's see. We are going to have some interviews coming up too. Looks like we're going to be able to hear from Songhai, Prussia, Russia, Jerusalem, and the Netherlands. Oh, I wanted to hear from Hanover after that. But at least we're going to get some of the belligerents in there. That's good.
Yes. Okay, here. Let's take a look at how has Kazan been doing so far.
Real quick, something to mention there. The Dutch have fled Europe.
Oh?
Team 19 is now Colombia.
Oh, okay. I see. Yes. They've moved to Colombia. Hold on. Can we see that in the... Yes, we can see that in the overlay. I guess smart move. Yeah. If you're sitting next to France who wants to conquer you, Great Britain who's constantly going to gobble up the countries that France spits out, there's probably no hope for you unless you move to Colombia.
Yeah,
or,
I mean,
the New World in any way.
After getting punched that hard, they're one war away from basically like non-existence. So I think moving to Colombia and just using your colonists to just expand and gobble up the natives and try to get yourselves a nice new economic power base to build off of. Especially if they keep moving into like the Inca lands, that's all just free territory.
Oh yeah, they certainly have a lot of land to grow in now. It's going to be the absolute opposite from from their situation in the Netherlands where they had to grow tall. Now they can go as wide as the eye can see, and add some extra population. Let's go.
Oh, you just saw that one too.
Yep. All right, let's see here. How are the Indian countries doing? It seems like they've almost pretty much divided up all of India between themselves. Take a look at the Mughal mission tree for a second. I'm actually surprised that they somehow managed to get along, given how the Mughals has permanent claims on, well, basically all of India. But of course that in an MP might be a little bit over-ambitious.
Someone in chat just asked, great powers of the world. The Mughals are actually number one. Prussia is only fourth. Mughals, France, Hanover still in third after that war. Prussia, Bahmanis, Andalusia, Great Britain, and then Italy at 8th. Kazan finally is touching Ming, so I'm wondering if their play is going to be just crawl inside of Ming's corpse.
Oh yes, and I think I got a pop-up that Ming is slowly but surely getting the unguarded nomadic frontier, because they are, of course, bordering Kazan. Kazan has more than 300 development. Yes. So, unguarded frontier is going to happen eventually. If we can take a look at exactly what that does, it gives them a morale of armies negative 15%. Mandate is going to drop even further, and if Kazan moves into Ming, After this fires, they're going to have a very easy time gobbling all of that up. Their mandate is holding strong, though, so he would have to fight that war for quite a while to get the full bonus out of that disaster. But I believe in the Horsey Boys. I think they'll be able to do it, for sure.
Exactly. No matter what, Horsey Boys have won in our hearts.
Yes. Whether it be the Flying Horsey Boys of Kazan or the Horsey Boys of Hanover.
Yeah.
Definitely the fan favorites there, if I've been looking at the chat enough. So yeah, Iberia is fully united now. This is very pretty Andalusia, I do have to say. Of course, he is he picked the smuggler trait, I think. Are they still pirates? No, wait, hold on. They went monarchy? Oh, okay. Interesting. But he still has these trade cities. Huh. That is very interesting. Oh, okay, he's got the Traders League Consortium. There you go. Yes, yes. So, member of the Traders League, you can create. Okay, so this is I think a government reform specifically for this event to allow them to create trading posts and trading cities. Very, very nice reform.
I'm a chat saying there's some new packs in the propaganda channel. Let me see if I can pull that up on my other monitor real quick. The Horse Roost Friendship Agreement, good till 1650. Wow. The noble Rus and Cossack agreed to divide the east along the northern and southern trade nodes, with the Rus taking the north and Kazan taking the south. There will be a non-aggression pact between the Great Kazan and the Mighty Russia. Okay, so Kazan and Russia have decided that they're splitting trade, basically.
Okay, that's good. You know, the last time Kazan went against the Russians, it didn't go too well for them, so it's nice that they've had some diplomatic talks there.
And this one, let's see. In 1575, Orthodox nations have joined together to form the Orthodox League. The heretics of Europe have followed the wrong path for far too long. We will allow all non-Orthodox Christians 25 years to convert to the one true faith. If they fail to do so, there'll be grave consequences. So they've declared that Europe shall be Orthodox or GTFO.
Well, they've got their work cut out for them in that case. Considering
and the Swiss have immediately agreed. I mean, this is kind of brewing up into like an Uber League war, which I am totally here for, because if it's like France, Hanover, Magdeburg, Bavaria, Prussia versus Russia, Georgia, Romania, Croatia, Italy, Switzerland, that's a hell of a war.
That is one hell of a war, yes. And actually, Switzerland agreed, you said?
Switzerland, like, with immediately.
Oh, and we've got a perfect name for the Orthodoxy. Look, they hold the first Rome, the second Rome, and the third Rome. So it's the three Romes versus the barbarians or something? Yeah, let's do that.
I think we have Songhai here with us now, right? Songhai?
Yes, I'm Songhai. Hello.
Immediate first question. The player war Songhai got pulled into on the side of the Netherlands. Doesn't seem like you guys were too terribly invested in defending the Dutch. Thoughts on that?
The Dutch stopped paying our subsidies.
Oh!
So we stopped moving our troops.
Oh, it's
Also,
as simple as that.
Yes, basically. Other than that, Andalusia also promised to not be part of the war, so we had even less things to do with the Dutch there.
Right. So I figured that'd be only really one reason for you to help them out in that war, and that was to either gobble up some Andalusian land, or maybe you were getting paid. So it turns out you were getting paid.
We were getting paid, yeah, for letting the trade flow by in the Gold Coast.
So next question is then, did the Dutch stop paying you because they ran out of money because of the war, or did they stop paying you before the war was started?
Like 30 seconds before the war started, our 10-year agreement ran out, and they failed to renew it.
Oh, okay. So I wonder if
we asked them, they never came back to us. Instead, they died.
So what I'm hearing is that the Dutch have themselves to blame for this kerfuffle.
Absolutely, absolutely. We would have loved to help them for enough money, but there's no money, and we are traders, so no, can do.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, Sung Hai. Unfortunately, we have to keep the interviews brief because we got a lot to get through before we'll take
That's
a
absolutely
break.
fine.
So thanks for joining us, and we're going to move
Thank
on
you.
to the next
Thank you.
interview.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Alrighty, folks, now we're going to be joined by Prussia. This is definitely going to be an interesting one. So, Prussia, do you want to tell us about your absolute brutal blitzkrieg into the Hanoverian capital there?
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out that way. We were kind of a bit on a timer. We had the, I think, 10 or 20% moral event from Prussia, and we had to fit the timing right. So he wanted to attack within that time frame, and Magdeburg and Bavaria were gladly there to help us. And I think they gained a lot of that as well.
So now that Hanover has been punished, do you think they can be forgiven for their Oathbreakers status and brought back into the international fold, basically?
This is very much up to the interest of Magdeburg and Bavaria. They are our allies now, and we plan to work together with them from now onward, closer. You maybe have noticed the trade deal going on in Berlin, and they're good partners, and it's up to them what happens to Hanover. We don't hold any grudges. I think we got our justice. They fought really well. Respect to Hanover. Incredible technical skills as well. I think, yeah, one definitely has to mention that.
Yeah. It's props to you for doing that as well. That tip that out to you, sir.
Welcome back, folks. So while we were doing some interviews, something happened. There's some blue flames.
No, the game
we
is
are an
paused.
interview
The game
now.
is paused. We can do the interview first.
Okay, so who do we have with us?
Involve Russia.
Russia, okay.
Hello from Russia. Hello from Moscow.
So, Russia. We've read out loud the Orthodoxy pacts, and we've noticed that only one nation so far has flat out agreed, yes, you are correct. And a couple other nations are hemming and hawing on that. So do we see a uber-sized league war coming here?
Switzerland has agreed to come into the fold. The threat of France may have been a motivating factor for that. And there may be a couple other nations that we can't disclose at this time that might convert as well.
Okay, but hypothetically speaking, would you be willing to embrace the former Oathbreaker Hanover into the Orthodox fold if they were to ask? Is it open for everyone?
We believe in forgiveness as an Orthodox nation, and we believe that breaking oaths is more Catholic than it is Hanoverian, and so we think that the source of the oath break is actually the faith itself, and by converting, they will be cleansed of their sin, but more importantly, they'll be taught not to break an oath.
This sounds perfectly logical.
Yeah, it's not you. It's your religion's bad, and you should feel bad.
Exactly.
Perfect. You've really thought that, for a hypothetical situation, this is quite a well thought out argument, I have to say.
All we know is that Prussia is looking very, very thick, and although we have millions of bodies to throw at it, we may need a few other friends to make sure that Russia doesn't implode.
And we are joined by Jerusalem this time. There are some contentious religious grumblings going on across the world right now. Where do you stand on this? Being solidly Catholic at the moment.
That is something we'd like to discuss. Solidly may not be the right word.
Oh, boy.
As you know, the formation of the Orthodox League just happened, and there are quite a sizable amount of Orthodox nations around us who have stood by our side in the taking of the Holy Land, where there were no Catholic aid for that. So we, as Jerusalem, have decided to join the Orthodox League.
We've got a scoop, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to join the Orthodox League. Perfect.
choice. I mean, it seems like the safe choice because you've got both Croatia, Romania, and Georgia all Orthodox hemming it in right there. So probably prudent.
And we days ago, we were just declared on by Andalusia, and with this, it secures that these Orthodox nations will come in defense of the Holy Land.
Yes, yeah, it's a good diplomatic move to join the Orthodox League for sure. Andalusia was already eyeing up your land the moment the Dutch War happened, and then France just white pieced you out. So I think there was a bit of miscommunication between the two powers there, but
Yes.
I believe this will be a final interview for this session, but we are joined by the Netherlands/Colombia. I believe they're just going by Colombia now.
Colombia right now. Colombia right now.
congratulations on your independence.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, the Dutch were very kind to release us. It has been a disastrous couple of hours for us. We tried signing the pact with France, the non-aggression pact, or well, at least the what was called the treaty for our existence, basically. There went something wrong, sadly, so we couldn't sign the pact, which has resulted in us being, well, the pact being declared void in the courtroom, which really saddens us, because now, well, we had to give in, we had to unconditionally surrender to the French, and now you can see what happened with the Netherlands. The crows that are Great Britain have instantly feasted on our corpse. We have moved to the New World, to Colombia. We are gonna try to have some fun there for the remaining of today, for the last 5 hours. We hope without too many player interactions, or at least, well, without too many tough player interactions, but more like on the fun side, because, well, let's be real, guys. Playing the Netherlands, it was fun, but it was very tough from the beginning. We've had a tough time. We were at some point, topping the leaderboard in money, I believe, for like 20 or 30 years. We earned a lot of money, which was great because we were subsidizing, I believe, for like 30 or 40 ducats at some point, like just subsidizing Bavaria and Switzerland and Poland and Romania even at some point. So basically being the Swiss whilst being the Netherlands. So yeah, it was great fun, and now we're just gonna have some fun playing as Colombia.
You were definitely top income for the longest time. A little bit of a puppet master as well with all your subsidies and kingmakers even.
Yeah.
But non-aggression with Great Britain, that was very well negotiated.
Yes, that was one I had to negotiate pretty toughly for yesterday. So if we had continued to play as the Netherlands and they would have attacked us, they would have of course been declared oathbreakers. But since we decided to play as Colombia, they will not be oathbreakers. We will not hold that pact against them because, well, pact was signed with the Netherlands. Well, I hope the pact still stands now that we are Colombia, that they won't aggress towards Colombia. But I guess we will have to renegotiate that with Sluik and the rest of his British companions.
I happen to have a fake degree in Grandest Land law, and the non-aggression pact would definitely still stand now that you're Colombia.
Okay, well, in that case, we are just not gonna renegotiate, and we will just hope if he attacks us that we can win this time.
That's a great attitude. Glad to hear you're having fun even in defeat.
Yes, we will. We hold it against France, against Brittany. They played beautifully, though not fair enough. From the way we see it, they didn't play fair at all. But yeah, I guess it's not up to us to decide that. It was running good that they played fairly, which saddens us. But great victory for France. I congratulate them. And yeah, that was that.
Alrighty, folks. So Flory and I are going to be checking out. We're going to be doing a host change soon. You guys are going to be joined by Mordred Viking and Enigmatic Rose. They are going to be taking over for us. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be seeing you later. But Flory, I think you might be done for the Grandest Land this year, right?
Yes, I'm done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the remainder of the event. And yeah, I love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
This is the Jihad against Jerusalem.